Good morning. Azalea says good morning too. I don't know if you heard her mooing or not, but she's over there on new pasture. Nope, she's back to the barn now. So her barn's there, and we got the new pasture all the way out to over here. They've been going back and forth, and they are loving it. They've been running around like crazy. We need to start working on our roof today. We've been lied to, but we're gonna start working on it anyways. Our roofing material from the manufacturer, which was supposed to be here last week. I called and checked on at the beginning of this week, and they're like, yep, you'll see it this week. It still hadn't showed up, so I called yesterday to check on it, and they said, I called the people we ordered it from, they called the manufacturer, and they said, oh, you're looking at like 2 more weeks. Not happy. I told them to cancel it. They said we couldn't because the roofing was already made. They just need to ship it out. So, I don't like when that happens. Don't lie to me. Don't tell me a date and then, so was it like it was supposed to be 1 week or 2 weeks, and now it's like 5 weeks. Now we're waiting for the material for the roof, but we're gonna work on getting everything ready so when the roof material does show up, we can just knock it out and put it on and then have all of the fascia done. They're supposed to be bringing me some other material today that we ordered so we can get this all prepped and ready to go. So that way when the roofing shows up, we can just put the roofing up and everything else will be done. I'm trying to get a lot of these projects done. So that way, once that pad over there gets finished graded, me and Gina can jump over there and start getting everything prepped for concrete and for the new building. So I don't want to be having to put this off, because when the other material comes, we'll be over there most likely. So we need to get on this as much as we can. I have some fascia material here that I have already bent up. I got a break, so if we need to make more, we can. I got a little bit left over. It's supposed to be another warm one today, and then some rain coming in. The nice thing about working on the front of the house for the next couple of hours, hopefully we're in mostly shade. One of the things we have noticed with the awning roof is it keeps the sun out of the house. The only time that the sun goes into the lower first floor windows is at night, probably from like 6 o'clock on. So it really doesn't heat up in there too much, which is really nice. All right, now that I know that will fit, we are better off wrapping this high part, this part, and then doing the front. And I just got a wasp nest out of here, so hopefully they don't come back. It was a small one.
Well, I thought I'd bring you up here and give you an update on the garden. This is the zucchini squash bed. I have a little bit of green beans. Some of the plants are doing really good. Some of them, I think they got some transplant shock, but I think they're gonna come out of it. They're looking good. I did do a little bit of watering, but it is gonna water later on today, so it will get rainwater, so that is really good. So this bed is doing all right. Let me bring you over and see the others. This bed over here, besides my thyme that's from last year, which is looking so good, is cabbage and broccoli. I'm really happy with where they're at. So they're coming up, they're starting to get a 3rd leaf, so I'm happy. Once they get a little bit bigger, I'll cover this too so the weeds can stay down. It will be good because it'll help keep the moisture in, plus it will be less work with weeding for me. Now this bed is doing excellent. This is my onions and my carrots, and I had planted them before when it was still chilly out. That looks so good. I'm really excited to see this bed come up. I did use my seed square and it looks so pretty. I like how everything has this little spot and it just looks nice. They're coming up. Spinach and lettuce, I left a row empty so I can put some more seeds probably in a week or so. So that way we can always have some new lettuce growing until it gets super hot, and then if it's not the right kind of lettuce, it will get bitter. I'm not sure if this is the kind or not. And then I have beets. Those are just starting to come up, getting thicker, and I'll thin those out shortly. But this looks so pretty. I like it. It's coming up well. This is where I have tomato plants and pepper plants. I'm actually really happy where they're at. There's a couple of them that have a little bit of white spots, but just transplant shock, I believe. I think that they're gonna come out of it, but I think they're still looking really good and they're standing up nicely. I think a couple more days of warm weather, maybe a nice rain, they're gonna just pop right up. And then my potatoes have taken off. Look at how much those have come out. Crazy.
All right, I ain't no tinsmith, that's for sure, but let's see how we can get this to look. I like that. That'll look nice. The drip edge will come down over this. Cover that up also. That's hidden. All right, so I need to remake a piece of metal for that end piece. I make one at first, check it if it fits. We'll make it again for the other side because that'll be the same exact way. I think I can leave the truck right here. All right, I am no professional. All right, then that drip edge will cover all this up. Yeah, that'll look good. All right, let me get that screwed in, then we'll bend that over. And then I think we'll go to the other side, do the same exact thing on the other side while it's fresh in our head. Getting this side finished up just in time. It's starting to rain. I just got a couple of screws to put in up on the high piece. And then we'll bend the front over. We go to do we'll bend the edge over to the front before we go to do the other side, but that'll be tomorrow because it's starting to rain. And I told Gina yesterday that when it rained out today, we'd run out to the nursery and get her some flowers to put around the rock. So let me get this buttoned up and then we're gonna hit the road. All right, that's roughly finished for the day. I'll clean it up when we do the front and that'll make it look so pretty. All right, you ready to see what we can find for flowers? You think they'll have any more phlox left?
I'm sure they will.
Hope so. You'll be disappointed if they don't have any.
Very disappointed. I love my flocks. So, I'm a little sad because they didn't have any phlox left. I got there too late, but there was a nice lady there that said she has these stone crop and they will spread and they're really pretty. They're pretty without even flowering and they're gonna flower late, so.
Yeah, she said they flower in the fall.
Yeah, in the fall, so that was really nice to know. So I'm gonna try these out, thank you to her. And then I picked up some like creeping thyme and some other creeping things. Jacob's Ladder, some lavender. I'm not really good about knowing what to put what flowers go with what flowers and the color. So I'm just gonna do it and see what happens. I can always remove some and replace them, but I'm gonna just give this a shot. So last time I did it, it came out good. I'm going to attempt to make some English muffins. I'm going to go ahead and make the dough now, and then I'm going to put it in the fridge overnight and then cook them in the mornings. I hope they work out, and if they do, I can do a bulk amount and put some in the freezer, which will work out nicely. So I'm going to go ahead and continue to do that, get my dough in the fridge, and get them ready for tomorrow. Well, I'm going to let this rise on the counter for a couple hours, and then I'll put it in the fridge and let it do the rest of its thing overnight, and hopefully it will wait for me so I can just do it when I have a minute tomorrow. It's pretty sticky. It's supposed to be that way, I guess. We'll try it and see. I've never made these before. Worst case scenario, this is a good thing about having animals on the farm. Pigs or the chickens will love it. So I'm hoping it works out good, because I would like to, like I said, make them in bulk and then have them in the freezer so they can be grabbed, so they can be used for breakfast sandwiches, or just if you want to put some jelly or anything like that on them. So I'm gonna go ahead and just cover it. Somebody sent me these little plastic kind of like shower cap things, but they're for this purpose, so those work out nice. Just throw a towel on the top, get that for a couple hours. I always set my timer, because if you're busy doing things, you understand you're gonna forget about it. So I'm gonna set my timer, and then I will get it in the fridge when it's done, and then see what happens in the morning.
That will all be a pasture view one day. It's gonna look so good. These are the things that keep me going. This is gonna look so awesome sometime. Once this is all pasture, all up here will be pasture at some point. We'll turn this into, we're thinking, our pig area, and then down below is going to be pasture. But look at this view. Tell me that's not going to be amazing once this is all lush pasture that has animals on it. Oh, you got the road going down, our road going down. You got the trees, and there's going to be more meadows on the other side of that. So beautiful. I haven't seen it up here. Don't want to show you behind me. We're working on another project over there that's coming out awesome. So I was checking that out, and I drove over here, and that just looks amazing. Once that's all done, it's gonna look so good. It's a long game. This is nothing that happens overnight. This takes a lot of patience, planning, and being scared, because this is a big project. But look at the outcome. This is gonna be amazing. This is gonna be a place where we can grow food for us, our daughter, her kids, who knows what. We can sell it. I mean, This is just gonna be awesome once it's all up and working. It's just gonna take lots and lots of years, but it's gonna be worth it. We're gonna be leaving something behind that future generations can use. I don't know, that just gets me excited. I'm gonna go inside before it starts raining too hard because that lightning's coming. But I had to share this with you. That rain is coming down hard, but look at that sunset. It's worth getting wet over that. Woo! Beautiful. Wow, that is amazing. I'm gonna go inside. I'm gonna go inside and dry off. But look at that. So beautiful. Isn't that crazy? Good morning, Azalea. You ready for your milking cookie? She's loving this first cut batch of hay we just got locally. It's like her candy. I am loving this chicken tractor. It's 10 by 12, it's good size. The wheels, the way it moves is awesome. I've been able to drag it uphill. I get a little out of breath, but it's pretty easy to do. The chickens are loving it. Can't wait to see how all this grass starts greening up now. Once they've been on it, it looks like it's not doing good, but you give that a couple of weeks to a month and we're gonna have some really nice green grass over here. It's gonna be nice to see. You can actually already tell where it was down there. It's nice and green. And same with over there. That little bit of rain we got yesterday evening should really help out this grass, and it's gonna be nice to see what this all looks like come fall. Good morning, honey. Did I wake you? You like your new friends there, Azalea? She don't know what to think of them. We are gonna hook up onto the utility trailer and go pick up as much hay as we can get on this thing, because Azalea loves that first cut hay. It's like second cut hay. It's like second cut hay quality, and with the nutrients in it, it is amazing how green that grass is. So we gotta go pick up what we can get before it's all sold out, because that is some amazing hay. All right, we got that on there. Let's get loaded up and go load up the trailer. Curious to see how much hay we can get on that.
Well, I just want to show you my dough for my English muffins. It looks nice and bubbly. Look at those bubbles. So it doubled in size and it has air bubbles, so that's a good start.
We were able to score 52 bales of this nice first cut hay. That's all I could get. So I am happy with that. That is gonna last Azalea and Cookie quite a long time right now because we're not feeding much hay. We're out on pasture, so they're getting most of their food from pasture, but we want to make sure we have a good hay supply for when she needs it. And say we get a drought this summer and we can't keep her out on pasture, while the grass isn't as good, we'll have some good quality hay. We're also going to need to make sure we have a good supply for this winter. So that is the start. And Azalea loves the stuff, so that's where we're going to go. So now we can get back up on the eave overhang and finish getting that flashed. They ended up dropping off the rest of the flashing yesterday and the drip edge. So let's go get that done.
All right, we're gonna try this out. I'm gonna use a griddle because I can get more of them cooking at once.
So yesterday it was 90 degrees out, hot and humid, and today it is like 54 right now, high of 62. So believe it or not, I'd rather have this weather, be a little chilly, have a sweatshirt on, than be hot and humid. It's just the northerner in me, I guess.
This is before they go into the oven.
Feels good to have all the drip edge and the flashing up, so that's all watertight. Even the roof is, it can't leak because it's covered in grace. So now we just gotta wait for the roofing to show up. I hate that we were lied to about the delivery date from the factory, but it is what it is at this point. At least now, once we get the roofing, it shouldn't take too long to get that installed. We'll find out.
I got some thicker gloves. I can take some of these briars out.
I wonder if you could plant one like up here.
Yeah.
If it would like fall over.
Yeah. Well, I think we could have used some more plants, but once I found out they didn't have phlox, I kind of got like, oh, that was what I was going to do. So I really didn't know. So we just kind of picked up some suggestions. They had a bunch of plants kind of in the area where you'd want to put rock stuff. So I just grabbed that. The colors might not match. We'll see how it comes out. I'm gonna always add some more, maybe transplant some of the phlox into other spots. And I do have some couple flowers started inside, but I think it's nothing that I want to put down here. I'll have to look at what I planted. I can't remember now, but I think it's gonna look really good. Just gotta get a little water, maybe some bark mulch, and it takes time.
Yeah, get some more phlox for there next year.
Yeah.
Add some phlox into the empty spots next year.
Yeah.
It'll look real good.
Oh, goodness. Good thing we came over here. We'd have loose cows. Don't come out. No, no, no. Four, there's 6. 8, 10, 12, 14. Oh, this one's broke. 13 and a broken one. I'm just going to water these in a little bit, and then I'm just going to leave them and let nature take its course. Unless it gets really, really dry out, I might come down and water again, but I'm just going to water them in so they get right in there. We're supposed to get a few days of rain, so that would be nice.
I figured I'd start cutting up some of our summer firewood to heat our hot water. Did about a battery's worth on the DeWalt chainsaw. I bet you that'll be enough to last for the week, because right now we're really not burning much wood. So I'll be curious to see how long that lasts, and it'd be nice to get the rest of it all cut up so when we need it, it's ready.